Tune in to the Political Decode podcast. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's get this thing rolling.
MS-13 is a foreign terrorist designated organization. Those elements, without litigating hold on real quick, without litigating each and every one of those details, what would seem clear, Congressman?
In court.
Okay.
Allegations doesn't mean truth.
Is Florida Representative Maxwell Frost from the Orlando area explaining that he tried to meet with Mr. Garcia, but it has been denied.
What do you know? Is there any chance you'll be meeting with Abrego Garcia while you're there?
Well, we're actually about to do a press conference to speak a little bit about this, but we got word at the embassy that our request has been denied by the government here locally. They say it's because we're not here on an official capacity. This is part of the reason why Representative Robert Garcia and I sent a letter to Chairman Comer of the Oversight Committee asking for this to be an official CODEL. But we're not giving up. We're going to continue. We have more meetings scheduled for the rest of the day. But part of this, too, is making sure that we keep the conversation alive. We're building off of the trip of Senator Van Hollen, and we're not the first members here, and we're not going to be the last.
Poor guy couldn't go see the illegal El Salvadorian immigrant who was living in Maryland, who's now back in El Salvador. Interestingly, Maxwell Frost, he's a representative, I think, from the Orlando area. I have a bit of a history with this clown because he's the guy, when I was doing my last show for Don't Burn This Country, the book tour, and I did a show in Orlando with Governor DeSantis. That clown literally stormed the stage and started screaming and had to be removed from the theater.
This is what I just can't wrap my head around with the Dems. The Dems are mad because a judge who already ruled he was an MS-13 member. This has already been litigated and could be expedited out of the country, but not to El Salvador. So they're mad because he was sent to the wrong country, and they're mad because what exactly? The Supreme Court ruled that Trump had to facilitate his return, meaning if they choose to return him, then they need to provide facilitation, meaning the airplane to return him back. So they're all on a monkey's limb to fight for this MS-13 guy who had kids while he was in jail, tattoos of him with his wife, that she put emojis on his hands to cover up those tattoos. Like, he was here illegally. He doesn't belong in the country. So are the Dems not getting that even if they get what they want, which is get him to come back because he was sent to El Salvador? Do they not realize they're fighting to get someone into the country that does not belong in the country because he's here illegally? I mean, I think we all know that they were sending social security numbers out to these illegals. If you don't know that, look into that. You'll find out about
that. So he doesn't mind using his free speech to impinge on other people's free speech. Also, as a representative of Florida, shouldn't you be worried about what's going on in Orlando? I mean, DeSantis did pass Don't Say Gay. Shouldn't you be over at Disneyland making sure that people can say gay freely and that the trans women are... Yeah, here's more from him.
I hope. MS-13 has been designated as a foreign terrorist organization, has it not?
Yes.
It has. Okay. And there is an ordered removal of Abrego Garcia by the District of Maryland. The District Court for the District of Maryland, the U.S. District Court wrote, although Abrego Garcia was found removable, that's the key, the immigration judge granted him a withholding of removal to El Salvador in an order dated October 10th of 2019. So he was ordered removable.
He had a protected status, as you just read. Mm-hmm. And if he is to be detained and deported, there's a process he needs to go through, and that's the whole situation here. I'm not here to litigate even a very specific person. I'm here to talk about the fact
you're not here to litigate, but you're litigating. And Democrats, they talk over themselves. I'm not here to litigate about the process, but there's a process. Oh man. They are like defense attorneys for the America's criminals. That is the Democrat Party. Activist, defense attorney for Americans criminals. And the rest of us, we're just tired of all the crime and we want it to go away. We know it can't totally go away, but as much as we could do to throw it out our front door and get it out of our house, that's what we're trying to do. And the Democrats are like, no, no, keep the door open. Flood the house with criminals, you know? It's in every little situation that they activate their activism to. It's all toward criminals.
That he represents a very big problem with this administration, that they have no problem scooping somebody up based on tattoos and vibes and sending them to a foreign country's prison. And then
Yeah, I think
we have the command.
So here's what's funny about that whole, he's trying to make it seem like Trump, the racist white man, picking up people of color and minorities with tattoos. These ain't just random tattoos, folks. There was a person, I don't know if y'all seen it. She's from South America. She did a quick video saying, when you have those MS-13 tattoos, the only way you're able to get them is if someone in the gang saw you put in work. And put in work means saw you commit a murder, an execution. So this isn't no good guy. He did his dirt and he earned those tattoos. And now he earned his butt a trip out of here.
Talking about sending homegrowns next. And so for me,
okay. And this is where we need to go, Congressman. This suggestion of you that you have made on several occasions now, that he is going to deport, that Donald Trump has a desire to deport anyone, homegrown American citizens, is the point of our conversation. Because the walk that we just went through together is, at least to some measure, an element of due process. We just established together that Abrego Garcia is, at a minimum, not an American citizen. He has been removed from the United States by a court order, which was then withheld, to your point, but he was ordered removable. The same courts found that he was a gang member of MS-13. MS-13 is a foreign terrorist designated organization. Those elements, without litigating each, hold on real quick, without litigating each and every one of those details, what would seem clear, Congressman?
In court,
okay.
Allegations
without
doesn't mean truth.
Without litigating that, once again, which a court has litigated, Congressman. Forgive me for 1 second. The point is, he's not anyone. He's not an average American citizen. He's not someone watching from home. He is an illegal alien. He is an alleged gang member of a foreign terrorist designated organization, and he was ordered removed. That would seem a level of elements of due process certainly distinguishes him from the average American citizen, and you are making a very scary argument to Americans today. You are suggesting to Americans, if he can remove this man, the details of which we just walked through, you're suggesting he can remove you. And that seems a pretty far cry from reality.
Yeah, that's just a bang-up job by Will Cain right there. Great job.
Yeah, Democrats, they are not in touch with reality. That is just the bottom line. That's the bigger picture. But hey, if you like the content we're pushing out on this channel, please go ahead and like and share. And if you haven't done so already, give us a sub. We'll really appreciate it. Help us get the numbers to 1,000 so we can keep doing this. You're on the Political Decode Podcast.